Cool, thanks. Okay, next. Yeah, Kuski. So from here, I like to usually kind of drive forward with the shuffle because of space. I'm not going to. If you have the space to like step out a much, feel free to do so. I'm not because I don't want to punch a hole in the TV. So here, I'm gonna just start from this position and front foot forward. And it's gonna come forward, drive, okay? So again, emphasis on the hips, kind of relax and ignore your hands, right? Make sure you open your hip and then twist. Hey, ready? Pitch. Hey, knee. Hey, son. See. Go. Look. Sit. Pitch. See. And hey, sit. Maybe. Hey, pitch. See. Done. See. Go. Look. Sit. Touch. Two. And two. Good. We're going to skip number 3, okay, just for brevity here. Number 4, same idea as number 1. Squeeze, depress, and spring up. Okay. So if any of you notice this motion seems kind of obvious, we're just working on that use of your body weight. If you've seen Yuki, in Kumite, he uses this compression to launch his Kizami ski a lot. But of course, when you do it for real, you show it. So you're not actually going to be doing this. But that's just for this drill. It's going to feel that forward tilt. Okay. Anyways, so Ayumiyashi. Signal. Okay. Okay. Ready? Knee. Sun. T. Go. Look. Sit. Touch. Hey. Dip. Hey, switch. Hey, itch. Knee. Sun. Sit. Go. Look. Pitch. Touch. Two. And 2. 1 second. First kick with the back leg, pretty straightforward. So for these kicks, just make sure you're not doing this. Okay, so make sure you're pushing forward with your front or supporting knee here. So not this kind of stuff, just keep it forward. Very similar to keep it forward, keep it bent. So you have a nice straight transition. So for this one, you can do 5 kicks with the back leg, 5 kicks with the front leg, switch sides, 5 back front on your own time. Hey, hajime. Yeah, keep your knees bent. Good. Okay, next one. Exactly the same sequence except Mashigiri. So I want to make sure we're doing more than just Magiri nowadays. So when you come up, don't stop it. So it's pretty common for the beginners to go up and stop their knee, and then they turn, and then just a mess. So continue your forward motion. Don't cancel your energy, but as you should all know by now, from the hips, keep it going, up, roundhouse kick. So make sure you twist the hip. Don't worry about the foot, worry about the hip. Same sequence, okay? Back foot, front foot, 5-5, left and right. Hey, Matt. Oh, cats. Here, hello. Do we all see that? Okay, never mind. The joys of owning a cat. Okay. Is your phone alive? Yeah? Cool, okay. So, from here, nanahome, step forward, plant your foot. I guess you can't see that. Plant your foot. At the same time the elbow comes out. Everyone should be pretty familiar with this, but again, completely limp hand. I want you to step, plant, and just whip the hip, and the elbow should just kind of come with it. So up, come back. Like 5 left, 5 right. Take the breath. Make sure you turn your hips completely. Turn, turn, turn. Here. Good, better, yes. Good, that's better. Okay, so at these warm-up Nanahan exercises, there was a lot more emphasis on hips and cutting out any of this stuff. So none of you should have tense, sore, or tired shoulders right now. For the brown belts who are running class, when you're doing Nanahan, I would suggest incorporating the roundhouse kicks into that sequence if you're doing warm-ups with everybody, because I think we just need to do more of those exercises just to get our hips mobility up. Make sense? Okay. So if you happen to be doing Nanahan like this, I would suggest you include Mawashi equivalent. Okay, take it out. All right, so let's really quickly review from my last, I guess, brown and black belt class. So I want to just quickly go over the Mawashike stuff, the turns, the Shikodachi transitions, and then we'll move on to something different. Okay, Well, not totally different, but anyways. So from here, facing forward, left, sanchin dachi, and then kei no kamae. Good. So just take, if you can, maybe 2 forward and, or yeah, 2 forward and 2 back steps, masuke. So like kind of 1, 2, and then back to 1, 2. Okay, but doing what we talked about last time, which was sucking these elbows right in there. Remember, you want to basically scrape your dogi with your own elbow. Okay, if you don't feel your elbows touching, it's probably flared out. So keep it in. Okay. Hey, 2 forward, 2 back, and then maybe repeat that until I say stop. Hey, get ready. Nice and relaxed. Yeah, let's keep going. Okay, and relax. So when here, the Utsike, the Kakuke, when we get to about this bit, when it's coming down, it tends to catch for a lot of people, myself as well. And so I didn't really focus too much on this last time, but one of the important points is at this stage, not just remembering the sequence anymore, it's doing it well, doing it smoothly. So when you get to this point, you're gonna potentially end up smacking yourself with yourself. So 1, 2, here, try not to land it flat on your hand. Try to keep it smooth, a little up, and then that way, when I come down, it doesn't slap. So I'm going to rotate my hand so you can see the movement. It doesn't slap down like this. Keep it like this, and then you can scoop it to the lower half of the block. You see that now the palm's out, and then you can continue and out. And so the practice for you guys, especially at brown and black, is not doing this because there's a 1-2 there, kind of caught. You don't want to ever be stuck on yourself. You want to be more one motion. So it's all still there, right? It may be hard to see, but all the mechanics, you can see, get on, they're all in there. The trick now is hiding them in plain sight. If that makes any sense, right? So 1, 2, don't get stuck. 1, 2. It all has to be in there, but the trick now is to do it one cadence. Okay, for your kata. Good, better, yes. So let's try that for about a minute or two. Just try that back and forth, whichever way you like, or you can be standing there, that's fine too. All right, go ahead. Good, yes. So Mike, the shoulders are coming up a little bit. I know you're experimenting, but a little bit. Just try to keep them down. Okay, and Stephanie, just to watch it. It's not bad, but just a tiny bit more sucking in the elbows. Okay, so they're not like flaring out extra, but what we could do is suck it in more to get that impression of just like it's stuck. Yeah, and Fred, you want to try to suck your elbows in a little more as well. Just kind of try to basically suck them into your dogi, into your side. So you deliberately scrape them. Like there's something on your gi and you're scraping it off with your elbow. And that goes for everybody. Scrape, scrape. Better, yes. Okay, good. Does that make sense? Is there any confusion? Confusion, down, thumbs down, no confusion, thumbs up. Okay, so in the middle. So review those points later on your own, but if you ever get stuck, the Sensei always says go back to basics. So 1, 2, 3. So if you're having trouble with just the sequence, that means you need to practice that more. The reason I talk about this smooth one motion thing is because this is the brown black belt class. Okay, so the assumption is you're comfortable with this. If you're not, it's fine. Just go back to basics and take your time, but just keep the elbows in. Okay. So for those of you with the bandwidth to do the smooth thing, that's fine. If you can't reliably keep this at a treble or do this without truncating the last bit, just go back to basics. Okay. Cool. Right now, let's step it up. So let's. In my case, I'm going to do Migi Sanchin Dachi because this what's going to happen, and I'm going to have just finished a Mawashi Uke. Okay, and then from here, I'm going to step across here, set up, turn. Okay, and then, sorry. From there, step back. Or if you have the space, continue in that direction. As long as you get both, and then just reset. Okay, so let's have a look at the turn. Exactly the same mechanic applies, but just now we're turning, so we're setting up, looking, and now we have extra turn to suck the mashiki in before releasing. Okay, so try that a bunch of times. Go ahead. Okay, relax. So 1 point. This way you can see more of me. Okay. When you turn, you're going to step your foot across, and because of this sort of quasi-ash position, you're going to end up with more flex in your legs. So, for example, here, Sanchin Dachi, come across, see kind of a little bit of a downish motion here with the dropping of the hips, the bending of the knees. So this means you're flexed. This means you're coiled. So you're going to use this coil and uncoil to launch your mashike. So I use the first, or actually no, I use the whole thing, I guess. I use the turn to uncoil, and that's what sucks my elbows in. We talked about this last time, right? So I'm just reviewing. But here, make sure there's a little bit of a bend in here. So using the bendiness of your knees and your hips being down, and then you uncoil. You give it like a torsion spring, not like an up and down, like a torsion spring. Okay? So try it again. Think about your knees like that. Go ahead. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Sheldon, do we wait till we're facing the other way before we block? Or is it this one's happening?
Yeah, so that up thing comes when you plant. So very much like taikyoku, plant, you're looking, actually I think I'll do this. You're looking, right? So you've got this so you don't just turn, have you yourself punch in the face. Here, like that. So I would say plant, and then like that. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. Thank you.
Okay, relax. All right, check it out. So yeah, once again, just make sure you focus on the basics for that. It's the same thing as what we just did, and now we're just turning. Okay, I'm going to switch gears and I want to quickly review that Shikodash transition from last time. So we're going to take a page from Sensei. So from here, I know you can't see me, but I mean, I think you know what's happening. So from here, you're in Shikodash Gerambarai, and I just want you to pull back, make sure it's like someone's pulling your chin back, that someone's reached in through your neck, and it's pulling your chin with your body. Back, Gerambarai, and then forward, Hetsu. Okay, so just try forward and back a couple times. If you can adjust your camera so I can see your feet, that's ideal. If you can't, then don't worry about it. Okay, so forward and back a couple times. Okay. Okay, relax. So let's go back to get set age for a second. So, 1, 2, then right here. From here, when we step back into Shikodachi, how do you, in this case, we don't have to worry about starting from a Shikodachi. We're kind of already in the midpoint, right? But at the last end of your transition, it's the same as this. So here, you pull your foot back, plant, and you're gonna turn it, right? Now here, instead of just turning your hip, set, and then open, like just open it. So you are driving the hijiate, the elbow, into the gerambarai. But don't think about only turning, not just that. Nice dynamic, open the chest, and open your legs, see? So the hip turn is still there. I'm not saying don't do it. What I'm saying is, in addition, include more of a sense of opening everything, opening your knees, opening your chest. Okay, so let's just try that. You can do the gig side age. Yeah, you know what? Let's do the gig side age. So 1, 2, open, and then the other side. 1, 2, open. Okay, so I want to feel like you're opening with your hip twist. Hey, go ahead. Good, get those knees nice and wide. Open, open, open. Good. Okay, relax. Perfect. Okay, so 1 2-minute water break, and then we'll be back in 2 minutes. Go ahead. Okay, is everybody back? We'll just assume everybody's back. Okay, so does anybody here not know Sanseru? If you don't know Sanseru, hands up. Okay, one. And I think everyone else here should. Okay, so we're not doing the whole kata, but that's fine. I can follow along. So the idea is I want to do a piece of Sanseru, and it is consistent with what we were just doing. So if you don't know the kata, like, don't worry about it, because we're not going to do the whole thing. So, but I'll just show you where in the kata we're going to go. So Sanseru starts like this. One, very much like Sanchin. Two, one more step. Three, bring a grab. Bring another grab, even bigger. I'm going to back up. You're going to scoop the leg, sweep, Zuzuke for a punch, and then you're going to kick. Kick, elbow strike, punch. And then there's going to be a whole series of Hansetsugeris with turns. And you repeat this kick punch. Okay. Here, and bum, bum, bum. Okay. Anyways, there's gonna be 4 of them. And eventually you get to the last one. So you've done 1, 2. So you're at this point where you're in Zenkutsu, and you've done an elbow strike and a Tsudan ski. Now from here, this is my line. I'm facing this way, and I'm going to stay on this line. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shift my, I guess, left or back foot in this case, to the back. Into a 90-degree shikodashi, pick this position, right? We're not doing Gedanbarai, but I'm saying you're going to shift into this 90-degree shikodashi. Okay? From here, you're going to pull both hands in, but open. So not fists, but open. So, okay? And then cross with the right hand over the left hand. Okay, so they're going to be sort of straight up like this, so not palm up, not palm down, sort of perpendicular. Okay, so here, and I'm just going to shift so you can see. Actually, no, I'm turning myself around so you can see what I end up doing. Here, shift back, Shikodachi 90-degree turn, and come around, and I'm going to switch my hands over here, and circle, and I'm going to cross over as fists now with the left hand on top. So you go from open, right hand on top, and throw a person, fist close, left hand on top. Does this look familiar to you, Sensei, guys? Thumbs up, yes? Thumbs down? Okay, cool. Now, we're going to talk about the transition. So that was just so you know what's happening up here. But once again, we're going to talk about opening the hips. Okay? So there's two things here. Number one, from this position, which is easier because you're already basically in position, when you stick your foot back, you're ready, and then I want you just to turn, twist your hips, and open. Good. And then from there, this is the standard turn we were just practicing. Step back, and come around. Okay? So, let's just try that a couple times, just to remind yourself of the motion.
Sensei,
Yes.
is there any way that you can adjust your iPhone so it can include your legs in the or your feet in the shot somehow? Or is it just not possible?
I will try.
Thank you. Sorry. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I have a camera person right now holding the phone. So let's see how long before she gets tired. Here, where was I? I guess here, and then actually I did this first. here. Okay, and then I'm going to turn. You see that? Hopefully. Cool. Now, while you guys try that, I'm going to see if I can permanently put my phone in this position. Ah, that works. Okay, cool. Yes. Okay, let's relax. So let's talk about, let's go over the hand motion at least. So my emphasis today is really on the hip and the transition, the turn. Okay, it's kind of obvious how this ties into the rest of what we're doing. But at least let's go over these the hand positions and the hand motions of the sound side move first. So from here, okay, crossed. Now, what's happening here is someone is grabbing your belt or trying to grab your belt, and you're going to come across and grab their hands like that, okay? Like this, okay? You're going to come and grab, is it? I confused myself now. That's right, okay. left over, right. Here, I'm going to grab their hand. So the one that's wiggling right now is my left hand, is going to grab the opposite hand of the person. Okay? They're going to grab you like this. Okay, so you're going to come across and grab in between. So you grab the opposing hand of your opponent. So, okay, then you're going to grab, and then you're going to basically noodle them with their elbows together, and you're going to throw them. Okay, so boom. Okay. Full disclosure, the version of this kata that we learn has one hand on top, flipped into the other. The sort of tournament standard / JKF / JSeiwakai standard is actually the opposite. So if I occasionally flip-flop, sorry, I can clarify later if anyone has any questions, but I do occasionally get the switch sides on top mixed up because there's two versions. So for now, we're trying to do left on top, transitioning to right on top. If you see me switch, that's why that's happening. Okay, so here, and then grab. Now this part isn't just pull, push. That I would say is probably the Seiwakai version. It's pull, round, circle. So it doesn't have to be huge. In fact, it should not be huge. But you want a little bit of a roundness to your actual throw. Okay, so you don't want to go just. Okay, so here. See, it's kind of a little bit more compact, but this is too big. At least I think it's too big. Here. So. Here. Like that. I'm coming in. And as I personally, when I do the very last part of the throw, I clinch or cinch up my squash by trying to sink a little bit during the transition. So here. Like that. Now, it doesn't mean go up and down. What it means is make sure your shigazaku is solid and locked. Okay? So, does that make sense? So, any questions on that? Cool. Let's try it out a couple times, please. Better, yes, good. Okay, relax. So today, I think for those of you who are either new or generally not that comfortable with the sequence, this is probably enough work on this part. Like these points are enough. What I'm actually aiming for, maybe not today if notes of it, but maybe next time, what I'm looking for is this transition, this one that we were working on before, the idea of it being, or did my video stop? Sorry, did my video, can you see my video or is it like choppy again? So we want to do this transition from the other katas nice and quick and smooth without any of this bob or weaving, okay? Like that, okay? We want to do that here. So what's happening with Sensei a lot, and I do it too, here, and then as you're trying to figure this out, there's sort of a wobble. So you see that wobble? Great. So we want this to be as straight as you can get. Now, I'm kind of looking back at the camera, so you get my gist, right? So later on, I want us to make this transition like that, boom, boom. Okay, make sense? Good. So, all right. Any questions on that? Cool. All right. Let's switch gears slightly. So we talked about hips a lot today. We talked about hips and squats and opening. Okay. But we also covered this. It's from the first set. Okay. So what I want us to do is be in Migi Sanchen Dachi. And just don't use your arms. You can just leave them wherever you want. I'm going to keep them either on my belt or close in. If they're out here, they're going to flip. So here, I want us just to go looking forward, turn the hips completely 90. Good. And then back. Good. And step. Sanchen Dachi. Looking forward and completely turn them 90. Good. Step. Turn. And if you can step forward, great. If not, step backwards. And here. Good. So when I do this, I'm turning my hips. So if I were telling a beginner this, I would just be like, turn my hips. But now you guys, that plus, I guess in my case here, my left heel. I want my left heel to push out. So what that means is not, this is just straight in my hips. So you can see maybe it's a little bit of bend here. I want you to try shoving that heel right out. Just like concepts you get it, you're pushing the heel out. I want you to go, try to push the heel right out there. And push. Okay, so you're stepping forward and back. Your body should go exactly 90 degrees to the other wall of your respective rooms. Okay, go ahead, forward and back. And keep your upper bodies completely relaxed. All right, if I pass out in the next 5 minutes, I'm sorry, because there's a sudden overwhelming paint smell in the apartment. I don't know where it's coming from, but it smells really bad. Okay, so here we're driving the hip, making sure the heel goes right out there. Okay, so what's happening is, I don't know how many of you do put it in cloud, but at least I end up sort of halfway most of the time. So I want to work on this, but it's good practice, especially for like, you know, Gixai or Taiko. It's the same idea. The idea is I want you to really just commit to training your hips. Here, Migiyashi, okay? Right hand up, palm up, fingers straight and closed, open, center line. And then the left hand right underneath it. Again, flat, closed, fingers, okay? And if I'm lateral, this hand's up here, this hand should be right below it. So you don't, okay, this perspective is bad on this camera. You should be able to see it. Right below. Okay, so not forward, not back, not left, not right, right underneath it. Okay, here, turn your hips, and then the top hand, drive down, push down, and then pull your back hand back. And then you're going to drive your hips back forward. I'll do this really relaxed, and then back up to the top, and then just drive the other hand down. Okay, you can kind of see, if you put 2 and 2 together, you're going to drive these hands with your hips. But for now, just 1. Focus on the hips. The hands are sort of side accessories, and then here. Okay, so today's thing is hips. Step forward and just switch positions. We're not going to talk about transitions today. I'm worried about the hips. So here, and then just scoop. And okay, so let's try that at that speed, nice and slow, relaxed, a couple times. Remember, focus on moving your hips. If you have to, forget the hands, but try it if you can, okay? Okay, go ahead. Oh man, that paint smells really bad. Keep going. So make sure to keep your thumbs in. Don't stick your thumbs out. Keep your thumbs in. All right. Does that sequence make sense? Any questions on the actual sequence? Yes.
The path that the hand takes coming down, is it like a crescent, like in and out, like
I
circular?
would say so. Yeah, I would say a little bit. So what's the best way to show this? Here? Yeah. So you don't want to do this. This is like way, way big. So here, circular. That's too fast. So down like that. Yeah. Cool. All right. So now we're going to break it into 2 pieces. From here, nice and relaxed. Make sure your hands are aligned vertically, so you're not out here. So it's not like get out, shoot down. Okay, this would be too wide. Here, I want you just to relax. And then when you're ready, breathe out and nice and sharp. And then relax. So you're not going to do this next bit fast. You're just going to relax here. And then relax. And then when you're ready, send the other one out. And that emphasis is on the back hand. driving in and down. Or, sorry, out and down. Okay, so we're not doing this. We're not doing, we're just going, well, relax. And then after. Okay, so I want today to be a hip exercise, but with a curative flavor. Okay, go ahead. Thumbs in, Fred. Thumbs in. Yeah. Shoulders a little more low. Stephanie, a little bit lower shoulders. Yeah. And patella, so the hand position, just a little bit more on top of each other. So right now they're about here. Okay, so bring it center and on top. So move your left hand left a bit, a little more, a little bit too much. There you go. And then just put the right hand right underneath it. And then maybe bring your right hand a little bit closer to your body. There you go. Good. Don't forget to breathe. Yep.
How far?
That's a good question. I have just sort of kept the top hand up flat as if I was in two down again, and then I just pushed it over.
Okay.
Same with this one. I've just been keeping it as if I was in Gedan Barai, and I just open the hand up and I bring it in the center. Maybe Sensei's got a better explanation than I do. Sensei, I don't know if you had any guidance for height of the hands.
The height of the hands?
Like, is that what you mean, Fed, or the distance between them?
The distance between them, I was.
Yeah, so how far apart are the hands?
Well, it's Chudan, right? It's Gedan level, belt level, and Chudan level.
Hey,
You're talking about this height, eh, Fred?
hey, okay. I was noticing I had a tendency to push this lower hand really far down.
Yeah, no, you want to be here. Now, technically, the hand here for Gedan doesn't work. 'Cause Gedan- That's the hand position we do for Gedan.
Right.
In this position. The key is to get your hands flat. Bending.
Hey, thank you.
Sensei. So when I go from Gedan Barai and I shift my hands over, I end up in the Gedan position that Sensei just talked about. So whatever works for you guys. Yes, question.
What's the angle of the bottom hand? Is it 45?
Okay, so the one, I kind of deliberately glossed it over, but I'm doing the JKF version, which is straight ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think Sensei, even the one that we did was kind of more turned, right?
Slightly turned, yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of want to, yeah, exactly. So you'll see this version, that's ours. I just deliberately went over this one today because a lot of you covered that at that seminar. And I don't want to like mess with your heads. So that's your answer. I'm doing this one today.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
All right, so in the last couple minutes, just for fun. So this is just for fun, but focus on all the things we talked about otherwise. Is from here, let's just try this. Let's try from here, relaxed. all at once. So finish this, but don't stop and wait here for like ever, and then back. And then here, step forward, sweep, change positions, and this is just Sanchin Dachi, a regular Sanchin Dachi step. And then here, and then let's just try that transition, just for fun. Okay, go ahead. So move forward to back two. One more minute. So when you come in, make sure you pull this backhand back and up, nice and tight. You don't want it to be like sort of low. You want it to be pulled. Okay, yeah, good. All right, so focus on the hip thing. Okay, so again, just to reiterate for the brown belts doing that on Kumite, I suggest when you're doing any of the hip stuff, incorporate the Machigiris into the sequence. When you have people do number 7, step on, make sure they're really whipping their hip. I mean, it's basically conceptually very similar to what we just did. It's like here. Okay, so what does that really mean? What I'm saying is go back to your basics. So like when you're doing Nanahan Kumite, I find that particular drill useful for my kurumba. I find it useful for Giksen. Right? It may not be exactly the same gross motor movement, but the concept is there, right? And then opening up shikadats. All right, so those would be your take homes, especially for those of you who are going for Shodan. You know, these are the tiny little things that you really want to be working on, right? Any questions? No? Okay, perfect timing. Hey, good. Sensei ni, hey. Sagai ni, hey. Okay, thanks guys. Perfect, right at 12:30.
I'm just going to stop the recording and then I'll set up the breakout room for the 3 of you guys.
If anyone has any questions about this, you can